So, been grocery shopping for the trip. Here we go. And there you have it. Just a few bits and pieces. 0 weeks, we are here. Here we go, we are all loaded up. Just running through to the front. Got the stone stomper on. Got a couple of spare jerry cans just in case. And we're ready to go.
You always forget something.
Hello, John.
G'day, Liz.
What is today?
Today is a very special day.
Why is today a very special day, John?
We have left Brisbane this afternoon and on our way to Bowenville, and this is the first night of an 8-week trip. Yes, 8 weeks. That's exciting enough on its own, but look, we've got loads and loads of stuff. Hopefully it all falls into place. You know, you can have these plans and it doesn't always go to plan, but we've got an agenda and a plan. But no, it's bloody great. We've been looking forward to this. It's more than 12 months. Obviously, we had a booking as part of the trip last year, and because of COVID, that got canned, as did everything. So we just postponed it to 12 months, you know, and it just seems, wow, you know, that 12 months has just disappeared. Here we are, on our way. So there was, I guess, the 8 or 9 months planning for 2020. So we've had that 9 months or 8 months of planning, plus the last 12 months. So if we seem a little bit excited over the next few days, then you just have to bear with us. The new second range crossing is a welcome bypass to Toowoomba. It was started in May 2016 and opened to the public on the 8th of September 2019 at a cost of $1.6 billion. This 41 kilometre dual carriageway saves some 18 sets of traffic lights and 40 minutes in travel time. We always like to title our trips, and at this stage it was unnamed until we saw this, and it became Chasing Sunsets. So here we are, first night setting up behind the pub at Bowenville. And when we say behind the pub, we mean behind the pub.
Crossings are a bit there. I'm just going to put the map down over the
So there's your first sunset.
tonight. What's the time this morning, John?
It's 6:30, and we had dinner at the Bowenville pub. What a great spot to stay. Had a crumb steak, chips and salad. So today we're just going to make our way to Macca's at Dalby, because we all know a great trip starts at McDonald's. From there, we're going to probably we don't actually have. This is the silly part about it. We don't have a destination tonight. Moreville penciled. Given we're away at 6:30 and we don't usually muck around with breakfast anyway, so we'll have that and get on the road. I reckon Moreville's probably going to be the go, or there's actually a spot just, where is it, Liz? Just north of it.
Yeah, Morven,
yeah. So that's probably going to end up our destination. But we've woken up this morning. It's how hot is it? It's not very hot. It's
got on your 10 degrees.
10 degrees. As I said, it's 6:30. There's a lovely little foggy mist sitting in the valley. It's absolutely a picture. An absolute picture. Cloudless sky. We just hope that continues now for a few days. Just make our way west now. Westward bound. Day one. Well, good old Dalby, eh? The explorer, Ludwig Leichhardt, visited this area in 1844 on his way to Port Essendon. The name of the town is believed to have come from the village of Dalby on the Isle of Man and reflects immigration from this area in the mid-19th century. Dalby is the centre of a diverse and productive agricultural area with rich black soil allowing the production of crops such as wheat, cotton and sorghum. It's not long and we arrive at Chinchilla, the home of the Melon Festival. We've got the model pose.
Chinchilla, home of the Melon Festival, held every 2 years. This was started in 1994 to lift the spirits of the town after the big drought that they had recently experienced. The first one was 2,500 people in 1994, and by 2011 it had grown to 10,000 visitors, and it's still growing. Unfortunately, due to COVID, it has been postponed until further notice.
Miles is the next town on this road that links the city to the country. This was well worth the visit as we wandered around the Miles Historic Village Museum. I couldn't count the number of times that we've just driven past this place. In fact, we felt quite embarrassed that we'd never stopped. This display has been here for 50 years with a new edition of the Artesian Basin exhibit, which was added just a few years ago.
This looks like early cameras. All different sorts. Kodak folding cameras, box Brownie cameras. 1976, 1946.
So it's a Bible from 1886?
No, a Bible from 1663.
Oh, 1663.
And this book here, the one that's under it, is the Picturesque Atlas of Australasia, Volume 2 from 1886. Good Wives, 1894. Oh, that'd tell you how to be a good wife, I'm sure.
That would be a cracker.
It would not be worth anything today.
It'd be worth a read.
It would be.
If you abided by anything, I reckon you'd end up in jail.
Probably.
I guess it's a combination of eagerness to get to Charleville or beyond, and the fact that we've always been in a hurry. So we ended up spending a good couple of hours checking this joint out, and at $36 for the two of us, I thought it was pretty good value.
Lagoon Station. One of the old trains. ticket office. I want to buy a ticket to the local train. Miles Station. Here I am at the Dalby station, waiting for the train to get there. This is one of the early slab huts, as you can see. We have split logs way down. Fireplace. Want to be careful. See how drafty it would have been. Now, this is the kitchen, so this is where they would have had the fire.
It's laid out in the style of the main street of an early Queensland rural town. There are 34 buildings, including 15 historic structures, relocated from this local area. It is regarded as one of the best historical villages in Australia and is used as a film set and special events venue, in addition to its normal operations as a museum.
Here we are inside the bakery. And that's what they used to mix their bread up with. They'd be cooking in there. Don't fall over, sweetheart.
Tell us, what are they, this day and age? The inquiries counter.
'51 Land Rover. Fire brigade truck. Yeah.
Pipe it all the way.
Bundaberg Hospital board, hospital bed, and there's the nurses. Look at her. Oh, that's a traction bed, that one.
Oh yeah.
Pots and pans. Let me say urinals and pans. An early wheelchair. That's an iron lung. Oh my God, I have to show the girls at work. That is anaesthetic equipment. Look at that.
Unfortunately, the silence was broken by the sound of a rescue helicopter as it landed in the oval adjacent to us. We noticed a couple of ambulances standing by, so we hope everything's okay. So here we are, we've stopped for lunch at a little place called Judd Lagoon. It's, I don't know, 5-6 kilometres west of a little place called Jackson. We drive off 4 kilometres off the highway. We stayed here about 2 years ago on our way home from a big trip. Actually, we were going to stay at the pub which is a little bit further up the road behind there, and then we found this on the map and thought we might give it a try. And single toilet, and it's also got a garbage collection site, so it's pretty convenient. Drop your rubbish off. Obviously the garbage truck comes periodically and picks it all up. But as I said, we were here a couple of years ago and camped just down here to my left, which I'll show you in a moment. But the actual lagoon is down considerably to what it was back then. But it is a great little spot for lunch, and we're going to take advantage of it as we head further west towards Morven. So that's where we camped last time, right down in this little spot down here. And you can see the lagoon, the banks. So when we were here last time, up in that corner up there, there was water right up in through there, and there were no birds, no water birds anyway to be seen.
After travelling an easy 52 k's today, we arrive at the Gidgee Bush Camp at around 3:30. The camp is situated 1.2 kilometres up the Warrego Highway at Morven, and at $15 for one night, it's pretty good value.
This won't mean a lot to a lot of people, but to Uncle Bert, Liz is on gate duty again. Well, morning all, and what a beautiful bloody morning it is too. Hey listen, I just wanted to quickly, and I know most people do it, but when we travel, I always like to keep a bit of an eye on the vehicle. I guess it's a bit of preventive maintenance, so every morning it's just a matter of having a quick look around, making sure that you know, battery terminals are tight, cradles are still tight, particularly if you're on corrugated roads. Things like, you know, we'll check the oil level. You're looking for leaks, anything like that. It's right on the money before I've even started. Get back in the hole. You know, you're looking for, make sure these things are nice and tight. Terminals are tight. Last thing you want to do is drive 400 or 500 k's and not be charging things. Primary battery's good. Just quickly looking around, make sure there's no visual signs of any leaks, and the fuel filters are all good. Check the coolant level. Obviously that's a must. It's spot on the line. Brake fluid, power steering fluid, all that's good. So yeah, it's just a bit of a walk around, and then I'll also have a bit of a look underneath. and obviously we're just looking for any signs of leaks, dribbles. After we get on the corrugated roads, what I'll do is also look for any wear. Any shiny bits is always a sign that something's moving. A bit of dust and dirt on it, and then the shiny spot appears. That could be trouble. Anyway, it all looks good this morning. We haven't done a lot of work. We're currently out at, where are we, Liz?
Gidgee Bush Camp, just out of Morven.
Yeah, what a great spot. We just popped in for the night. We gave them a ring, plenty of room. It's a couple of little grassed areas, but they had a communal fire last night, so we got to sort of meet some of the other people that are in the staying in the park.
That was a lovely fire pit last night where we all sat round and swapped stories, which is what you do when you're on the road.
Cool. Alright, so that bit of maintenance done, we've washed up. So we're going to finish packing this up, have a shower so we're nice and fresh in the car, and head through towards Longreach, yeah. So we've been to Longreach a few times before, but yeah, it's good. It's good. Yesterday was a bloody blast. You know, we normally, the first couple of days, it's all about the destination rather than the journey. So this time, given we sort of looked that we were going to be here at the Gidgee Bush Retreat by 1:30, some of those places that we normally would bore past, we decided to stop. So the museum in Miles was a classic example of that. You know, we went, oh, is this place new? I don't know, it's been here for 50 years. So, you know, I don't know how many times I would have lost count how many times we've been through Miles and never stopped, because it's always been, you know, it's like bust out of Brisbane, we head to either St George or Charleville for the first day, and we miss all that. So, yep, it was really good to be able to do that. We got a lot out of that. But we're done. Let's go and get ready. Cheers. Excitement starting to kick in now, and we were awake at 5 o'clock. We had our usual travel breakfast, a tub of fruit topped with a handful of cereal and a squirt of yogurt, followed with a cup of tea. After packing up and finishing breakfast, we sneak out of the Ilfracombe caravan park and were on the road by 7 o'clock. The Lightforce USB plug that I'd installed before we left had pooped itself, so we were looking to have it replaced in Longreach, but no luck with that. Also, one of the brackets for the awning had left us, so we jumped on the phone and ordered a replacement and had that sent to Kununurra so we could pick it up when we arrived there in a couple of weeks' time.
Bit of roadworks on the Landsborough Highway. Is that the Landsborough Highway, John? It is. We're on our way to just out of Cloncurry for the night. We've decided we need to get a few bits out of Mount Isa because we couldn't quite get them sorted at Longreach. So we decided that that'll be our destination.
Roadwork slowed us down slightly, but we continued on to McKinlay, where Crocodile Dundee's Walkabout Creek Hotel is located. We had lunch in the car park as the hotel shuts its doors for lunch between 1 and 2. We arrived at 12:56. Bugger. We stopped at the Clem Walton Park for that night. This is a popular spot as there are already a few set up. A lot of them spend some 3 months in this spot before heading south when the weather warms up. We got lazy and used one of our pre-cooked dinners, spag bowl. Liz just had to boil up some dried pasta spirals, which we enjoyed with a bottle of red wine while sitting around our new Lifedoo fire pit. In the next episode, we head deeper into the outback. treat the taste buds to some steak and barra, find some interesting holes and boulders, and stay in a couple of cracking campsites, one in particular that will stay with us forever.